How are you guys doing? You ready for some turkey? Yeah. You ready for turkey or you ready for the break before turkey? Break? I figured that. Well, thank you. I'm very honored to be here today to speak to you, to give back. Realize that I am you and you are me. Because I once sat in a chair and listened to someone inspire me. And to give back to that is truly an honor to be here and to speak at Gwinnett Tech. When you hear the word inspire, one word that comes to mind. Anybody?
Awesome.
Motivate. Awesome. Anything else? Optimistic. Great. All of those things to elevate, to motivate, all of those things are, everybody needs those at some point. And you talk about inspiring, you talk about following your dreams, you talk about commitment, but if you follow your passion, whatever it is that you're passionate about, that's going to be your easiest thing as far as your purpose. And how do I know? And most of the time when I say that, people say, how do you know what? Well, really is why. Your why is more important than your what. Because once you understand your why, your what has more impact. Can anybody here sing? Anybody else sing in the choir or do anything like that? Come on, DeBrosia. Okay, I heard. Come on. So give me a little bit of Amazing Grace. Just a little bit.
Amazing Grace. Thy sound that saved a wretch like me. Was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
That's her passion. That's her passion. You done it when you was a kid. You probably can do it, but you was like, oh, no. That's her passion. She sung, you could feel it. I mean, I was going to tell her to do a different version, but I was like, don't even worry about it. I said, give me a little bit. She gave me a lot. But understanding your why is more important than your what. So, you know, you have dreams, you have goals, but some of you probably have been through a lot of hard times and sometimes you have that self-esteem issue. So if I had $100, right? And I said, if I was going to give $100 away, let me see. All right. So if we was going to, I say, raise your hand if you want this $100. Who would raise their hand? Okay. All right. So I took this same $100 and I balled it up. Who still want it? All right. All right. Stay with me. So you still want it? Okay. Now, put your hand down. You proved my point because you are this $100. No matter how many times you've been stepped on, no matter how many times you've been balled up, no matter how many times you've been thrown away, you're still priceless. So you can take the doubt out of your mind about how you feel about you. You can take the doubt out of your mind that you can't do something. Because don't let what you can't do affect what you can do. Those are two different things that you got to understand. It's different ways to get to your goals. I'm from a country town in Alabama called Coosa County. You ain't never heard of it. We got to pump sunshine in every week. Where you from? Oh, I'm talking about 62. Okay, I don't like Alabama, but okay. but understand that. Don't let what you can't do affect what you can do. Because for me, you tell me what I can do, I determine what I can't do. You let me determine that. So I went through school and I get to the 9th grade. I said, I ain't playing football. I'm not going to play football. So I go home. I'm sitting at home. I'm relaxing. I'm chilling. And my brother has to go pick my sister and them up from school, my younger brother and younger sister. Right before he pulls off, I'm in the house asleep. My dad calls, get in the car with your brother to help your siblings. So today we're going to learn our ABCs. So when I say ABC, you have to say 1, 2, 3, okay? So y'all going to be interactive. When you say 1, 2, 3, I'm going to say, are you with me? And you're going to say, where are you going? Okay? Y'all with me? So we're going to practice this. ABC? 1, 2, 3. Are you with me? Where are you going? You ain't ready for that yet. You ain't ready for that yet. Not yet. Perry been waiting on this a long time. So I get in the car. I stop my brother right before he pulls off. It's a 1966 Ford Galaxy. It's September the 11th, 1991. I get in the car. I was asleep, so I get in the front seat. There are no seat belts. There are no seat belts. Sitting back, I'm asleep. Bam, head-on collision, 55 miles an hour. Broke foot, over 400 stitches in my face. This is where the scar comes from. Had to staple my eyelid back on, burnt hand, laid on the motor. Here I lay, 4 o'clock in the evening, in the floor of a 1966 Ford Galaxy. I don't even know what happened because I was asleep. I woke up and told him I was going to walk home. I bled from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. You talk about being stepped on. You talk about tell me what I can do. I determine what I can't do. Because I have a broke foot. I have 400 stitches. I have a piece of glass that goes all the way through my sinus cavity. It was so much glass in my head that all the way till I finished college, glass was still coming out. So that's ABC. Are you with me? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. So there I was. Before that accident, I didn't have a good relationship with my great-grandmother. I was just, young, dumb, and didn't really have much going on or whatever. After that, I had a whole different perspective about life. Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me in the back? Okay. So I had a whole different perspective because every day now is truly a gift. Your life can change so fast in a drop of the eye. And so you end up with this whole feeling of, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it to see tomorrow. It's not guaranteed to you. So I looked and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be happy every day. I'm going to be silly. I'm a silly guy. I like to tell jokes. I got plenty of jokes for you. So for me, I let a lot of things go. I let petty stuff go, but I started to dream and have goals. But see, dreams without goals eventually fuel the reason for excuses. I'm going to say that again. Dreams without goals eventually become fuel for excuses. Because, see, excuses just gives you permission to accept something that you shouldn't be accepting. That's all it does. So here I go. I go on to college. I go to Southern Miss. And I'm recruited for a tight end. That's what I recruited for. I redshirted my first year, and I going into the locker room, the coaches called me out and said, "You want to play defense?" I'm like, never really thought about playing defense. I played in high school, whatever. He's like, think about it, you know. You have more chances. You can do this. You can make a play every single day, every single down. You can do all these things. And so long story short, I took that. And it was a pivoting point for me. As I told you before, sometimes you have to pivot from the can't to the can. It takes 10,000 hours to be great at something. 10,000 hours to be great at something. What are you putting your time in? Is it partying, hanging out with your friends, playing Candy Crush, watching TV, the guys playing Nintendo, Madden, women shopping? See, y'all are professional shoppers. Y'all done spent 10,000 hours at shopping. So she's like, yeah, that's my passion. The only problem with that, you spend money, don't make money with it. So that's a catch-22 with that. So you understand that I had to pivot because you don't really know how your success is going to come. You don't know that. So here I am, went to be a tight end, worked on being a tight end all this time, and now I have to go to a new position. So I had to pivot. So it changed a little bit. So long story short, I ended up being two-time Conference Player of the Year. Time to get drafted. I'm supposed to be the first day, supposed to be in the first day of the draft, supposed to go to third round. Third round come, I don't go. The fourth round come, I don't go. The fifth round come, I don't go. And get drafted in the sixth round. I'm mad. Listen, it's nothing worse than waiting on something that you feel you've earned and don't get it. So at that point, you have two things you can do. You can cry about it, or you can use it to motivate you. That's the only thing you can really do. So I get drafted to go to the Baltimore Ravens. I make the team, and the first year, win the Super Bowl. And now you think back to the draft day of how you thought it was such a bad idea and it's a bad thing. You could have got drafted by all these teams, and you get drafted by a team, and you win a Super Bowl your first year. Wow. Right. And it's nothing like the feeling of confetti coming down when you're at the most high. It's nothing, I'm telling you, it's nothing like it. And it feels different when you lose, because I lost one also. It feels totally different. You know, because you're a Patriot fan. I feel you. I feel you. So when you have that, you got to understand, sometimes your setback is like a slingshot or a bow and arrow. Sometimes you have to be pulled back in order to be propelled farther than your dreams would normally take you, farther than your thoughts would ever take you. So don't look at that setback. Sometimes it's just a setup for you to go farther than you even thought about. Things that you didn't even ponder the thought of thinking of. So here it is, first year, Super Bowl. I'm like, man, this is easy. Man, you can't tell me nothing. I got it. You have guys like Warren Moon that has played for, I don't know how long, 15, 16 years, and never won a Super Bowl. Never won it. And here I am, blessed to win it my first year. Oh, man, I'm a young country boy from Alabama, unwise to the ways of this world. And here I am, I won a Super Bowl. You got me out here with all these people that I've watched on TV. So if I know I can do it, there's no reason why you can't. Because I can. And I am you and you are me, so you can. But sometimes you're going to run into that can't. But you got to be willing to pivot. As you know, in basketball, you ain't got but one. You know what I'm saying? So you have to pivot to the can. Because when you run to that can't, sometimes you got to go back and put some more work into that 10,000 to be great. Because this ain't a microwave generation. You can't just instantly become great. You got to be willing to work for it. Because if it was easy, a lot more people would be doing it. A lot more people would be doing it. But they're not. But you can be cut from a different cloth. As I tell people, I'm a big piece of leather, but I'm well put together. So understand that. Understand that. So here I am. I'm playing football. I'm with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm making my own little way. And we're playing the Cincinnati Bengals. I have 2 sacks before halftime. I'm in a zone. And when I tell you, when you get in a zone, I don't know if any of you play sports or whatever it is, or you get honed in on something, the game slows down. And when it slows down, it's a lot of fun. It is, because it's like taking candy from a baby. When you get into a zone, I mean, you're zoned in. So on the second sack, I strip sack Carson Palmer. The ball is sitting right there. I'm going to get it, and I go to get it, and Ray Lewis jumps on my arm. Shatters my elbow. 4 places. 6 screws, attachment screw, surgery in 2 days. ABC? 1, 2, 3. Are you with me? Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. So there you have it. You have a Super Bowl ring. You having this great year. And they didn't put me on IR. And to compound the whole thing, I make the Pro Bowl. I get voted into the Pro Bowl. And 2 weeks before I was supposed to go, the doctor tells me you can't play in the Pro Bowl because your elbow is not quite ready yet. ABC? 1, 2, 3. Are you with me? We getting close. We getting real close. We getting real close, because you are me and I'm you. Understand me when I tell you that the same water that softens a potato hardens an egg. It's all about what you're made of, not the circumstances. The same boiling water that softens a potato, it'll harden an egg. It's what you're made of, not the circumstances. Because see, some people pressure bust a pipe, but pressure also make a diamond. Everything that glitter ain't gold. So here I am, made the Pro Bowl, and you go there and you see all these activities. You see all your peers. This is what you play the game for respect from your peers. This is my goal. And here it is, my goal that I can't even participate in. That right there is a hard pill to swallow. There's 2 types of pain. Either way you're going to have it. There's the pain of discipline, and there's a pain of regret. There's a pain of discipline that you pay early up front. The pain of regret lasts a long time. And it goes on and on. And you have to live with that regret. You have to live with, why did I do that? I live with both. I live with both. I like the pain of discipline because it feels good later, because you're usually rewarded with your goal or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. That's what usually happens with it. So you go from that, and I come back 2005, and I lead the NFL in non-offensive touchdowns. Make the Pro Bowl, become a free agent, and go on to New England. You just wore your shirt today. You just couldn't wait, could you?
I remember when you got it, you're a bad man.
Appreciate it. Well,
Not wearing it, but Georgia Bulldogs.
yeah, that's a different class. But but the thing is that you got to understand, since you've been wanting to know about ABC, it stands for adversity builds character. Adversity builds character is what it stands for. Here you have a country boy from Alabama that was the first person from his school to go to a Division I school on a scholarship, that have all these kids and small town people that stood behind him, prayed for him, wished him luck, to go on to play college football, to play in a Super Bowl, to win a Super Bowl, to go on to be and play in a Pro Bowl, to have the second longest touchdown in defense on the Pro Bowl. And it all came from a little kid that used to lay on the floor and play with pencils and play football and have a dream. And that dream became a goal. And in the off season, when nobody else was looking, when everybody else was asleep, I was working. Whenever I else was playing and going to the club, I was studying. Because I didn't go to school to play football, because football is not who I am. Football is what I did. Where am I going? I'm going to inspire you to be the best you can be. I'm going to be a champion in whatever it is that I do. And so can you, because you are me and I am you. Understand it, that there is nothing that you can achieve if you don't put your work to it. What are you doing to contribute to that 10,000 hours? Or what are you not doing? Don't let your can't interfere with your can. Pivot to the can. Don't confuse movement with progress. See, you can run in place. You got movement, but you ain't going anywhere. It's a difference. So understand it. The ABC is adversity builds character. That's what it does. A small town boy with a town of 800 people, no traffic light, one traffic light in the whole county. She'll tell you. Here I am on TV with everybody else. And it's not where you're from, because I can prove you that. Because if I can make it, you can make it. You can make it. So this is one of the rings. So I'll pass it around. Don't worry, we got security. And if you think you can outrun me, don't let the suit fool you. We talk about goals. You know, right after goals, there's hard work. But like I said, after that hard work, there's discipline and consistency that has to go along with it. So you got 10,000 hours. You have don't let your can't affect your can. Pivot to the can. Adversity builds character. And understand that no matter what, you are valuable. No matter what nobody tell you, no matter what you've been through, and just because you have a setback, it just means you're getting ready to be propelled farther than you've ever dreamed. So before I open it up for questions, I'm going to leave you with this. grind while they sleep, learn while they party, and live the way they dream. Because the dream is free, but the hustle is so completely separate. Thank you.